we know that NEP is focusing on the skill enhancement courses and other courses. So keeping in mind these things, we have designed the curriculum of this FDP. First of all, I would like to welcome our own esteemed Honorable Vice Chancellor of IIMT University, Professor Deepa Sharma ma'am, who has always encouraged us to organize such type of activities in the form of national conferences, international conference, FDP programs, or student training program and other scientific programs. Ma'am, it has been possible only with your guidance and encouragement. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
We have top stalwarts in this FDP program of scientific community as well as humanities also. I welcome Professor H.S. Singh, sir, who is currently the Vice Chancellor of Mata Shakumbi Devi University, Saharanpur. Previously, he was the Vice Chancellor of IIMT University, and before that, Pro Vice Chancellor of CCH University, Examination Controller of CCH University, and sir had already been the Director of Sir Chotu Ram Engineering College, Meerut. So sir has a long association with the IIMT and we people. We are really blessed with your guidance, sir. Thank you very much. With us, we have Professor S.D. Sharma, sir, who is the Pro Vice Chancellor of IIMT University. Sir, without your guidance, this FDP would not have been possible. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us and encouraging us. Now I welcome our esteemed guest, Professor Alok Dhawan, who is currently the Director of Center of Biomedical Research, Lucknow. Welcome, sir. Previously, sir has served as the Director of ITRC Lucknow and CDRI Lucknow. Besides this, Professor Dhawan has guided us so many projects and had been the founder director of Institute of Life Sciences, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. We are really privileged to have you, sir, on this platform. It will be a beacon light for we people as well as for the participants who are joining here for 1 week FDP. Many of my fellow colleagues, deans, faculty members have joined on this. I welcome all of them, and a very special thanks goes to the members of this FDP committee who have taken the pain in organizing this. None of this would have been possible without the encouragement, facilities provided, and the blessings of our own Chancellor, sir, Honorable Shri Yogesh Mohanji Gupta, who has guided us to organize this event. And with the blessings of sir, I hope that this event will be a successful event. Time to time, we got guidance from our young, dynamic Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Mayank Agarwal, sir, who has guided us and provide the facility at every step for organizing this event. Thank you very much, sir, for this facilitation. Now, the next part of the FDP is for 7 days, we would be here. We will be discussing on the number of aspects. Our first aspect would be scientific development. Second aspect would be curricular development. Third aspect would be the stress management. Fourth aspect would be the skill development, ability enhancement. These are the different aspects of our 7 days journey. Here, I would like to share a few data with you people. Till now, there are more than 130 participants have joined in this FDP, who are the faculty members of different states. We were analyzing the data in the morning, and there were 14 states participants till now, like UP, UK, Punjab, Chandigarh, Haryana, Jammu Kashmir, Rajasthan, Meghalaya, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Bihar, Jharkhand, and Himachal Pradesh. So as last year we organized the FDP program under the UGC HRDC ministry. So there was the emphasis on diversity. So here I would like to say that diversity has been maintained in this participation of participants. Secondly, if we analyze it, there are out of 120 participants, there are 73 assistant professors, 10 associate professors, and others are professors and other technical staff from different universities. If you see how many participations are from university and how many are from colleges, so out of 120 participation, 51 are from university campuses. So more or less 50% participation is from university campuses and other 50% is from colleges which are the science colleges or art colleges. The best part of faculty development is resource persons. This is our most strongest part. We have tried to invite the resource person from different states and who are the gem persons in their field. We have 3 vice chancellors in our resource panel who will be enlightening us on different topics in the coming days. Besides this, the resource persons are from 7 states: Delhi, JK, Bihar, UP, Punjab, Uttarakhand, and Rajasthan. And not only it is as the Department of School of Life Sciences and Department of Botany is organizing this, the emphasis is kept on all the subjects, all the streams like psychology, education, life sciences, engineering, IQAC, medical sciences, humanities, and all the resource persons have the vast experience in their fields and have diverse academic and administrative experience. So this was all about the FDP program, which is going to be held in coming 7 days. I again thank all the dignitaries and participants to come on this FDP program. And thank you very much. Vatsala, hand over to you, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving that very brief and very crisp introduction to this FDP that we are going to organize in the coming week. Any event is incomplete without the head of the institution, and we are blessed to have our Vice Chancellor, Professor Deepa Sharma Madam, with us today in this inaugural session. And I would now request ma'am to please bless this event with her words of motivation. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Vatsala. Good afternoon to all. I welcome all the dignitaries and the participants present on the platform for the FDP. My warm personal regards to H.S. Singh sir, who is not only my teacher but also my mentor. My greetings to Professor Alok Dhawan, Director, Center for Biomedical Research, Lucknow, for sparing the valuable time to share their views with the participants. My best wishes for the participants and my congratulations to the head organizing committee, Dr. Navneet Sharma and Dr. S.D. Sharma, and their team comprising of Dr. Vatsala Tomar and Dr. Surti Singhal. The topic of the FDP, that is reskilling faculty as per NEP 2020, is of great relevance. With the introduction of NEP 2020, the technology and the pedagogy skills, they have been changed significantly. These changes have affected the opportunities and the challenges of teaching. With NEP 2020, teachers have to adopt the innovations and the use of technology in the teachings. So a key focus area of NEP is transforming the quality of education, quality of teaching, where the teachers will be empowered to lead the changes. So I again extend my sincere thanks and my regards to H.S. Singh sir and Professor Dhawan for being present in the FDP, and my best wishes to the organizing committee and to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is now time, and I request Honorable Professor H.S. Singh sir, who is presently serving as the Vice Chancellor of Ma Shakumbri Devi University, Saharanpur, to inaugurate the event with his keynote address. Sir, I hand over the mic to you.
Vatsala ma'am, I think Professor H.S. Singh sir had some problem in joining. Earlier
Okay.
earlier he joined and later on he called that there is some problem in the network. He's
Okay.
there.
So, sir, I would proceed to the next.
Yeah, in the
event
meantime, he
this
joins,
evening.
you can proceed to the next, please.
Sure, sir. Sorry for that small glitch, the technical glitch, and nobody else is responsible for it. So therefore, I now request Professor S.T. Sharma, Pro Vice Chancellor of IIMT University, to deliver the special note that he is destined to give in this FDP, and welcome our next keynote speaker, Professor Alok Dhawan.
Thank you, Vasudha. Am I
Thank you,
audible to
sir.
all?
Yes, sir, you
Yeah,
are.
okay. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Deepa Sharma, IIMT University, Meerut, distinguished guest, Professor H.S. Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mass, Shakumbhara Devi University, Saharanpur, Professor Alok Dhawan, the Director of Biomedical Research, Center of Biomedical Research, Lucknow, uh, the convener of the FDP, Professor Navneet Sharma, HOD, and the co-convener of the program, Dr. Surabhi Singhal, uh, the faculty members, dear delegates. It's my proud privilege to welcome Professor Alok Dhawan. Though it is, I think it's a very difficult task given by Dr. Navneet Sharma to me. It is difficult to describe academic credential of Professor Alok Dhawan. But one thing which I observed in last 20 years association with him, he is very friendly with the colleagues and the students and always ready to help the academicians. At present, Professor Alok Dhawan is working as director, Center of Biomedical Research, Lucknow, and prior to that, he was the director IITR, and additional charge was given to him, the Central Drugs Research Institute, since 2015 to 2020. He was the founder director, Institute of Life Sciences, and Dean Planning and Development, Ahmedabad University, Gujarat. He has played a stellar role in building institution of excellence in higher education and national laboratories across the country. Sir has obtained the PhD degree from University of Lucknow in biochemistry in the year 1991 and was awarded DSc degree by the University of Bradford, UK in 2017. Professor Dhawan developed several areas of toxicology at IITR, namely genetic toxicology and nanomaterial toxicology, apart from an innovation ecosystem too. He started the area of nanomaterial toxicology in India and published a guidance document in safe use of nanomaterials. He stepped up state-of-the-art nanomaterial toxicology facilities at IITR and contributed towards framing the national guidelines for nanopharmaceuticals and nano agri products, apart from others. It is difficult to, I think, read out the total one-page CV of Professor Dhawan. It's a very difficult part for me. But there are number of books and the citation was in his record. There are more than 150 publication in his credit, 20 review books, chapters, 7 patents, 6 copyrights, and more than 13,000 citation to his credit. So great job done by you in your last so many years from 1991 when you got the PhD degree from University of Lucknow till date. Sir is a fellow member of many of the national and international organizations and presently he is the president of Society of Toxicology India and uh, president of Uttar Pradesh Academy of Science too. Sir, it's a privilege for me to describe your small CV, though if somebody wish to explain Professor Alok Dhawan, I think it is difficult. It has required more than a month to describe Professor Alok Dhawan, sir. As we know, the ultimate aim, sir, because the FDP is on NEP and how to implement the NEP in better way. That's why, as we know, the ultimate aim of the education is to make good and responsible citizen and good human being who can contribute to make a wonderful civil society and competent professional like Professor Alok Dhawan. And the person like Alok Dhawan can fulfill the mission of the India, that is the Atmanirbhar Bharat too. Sir, as we know, a report was published by the employability report in 2019, and according to that, 80% of engineers are not able to or they are not fit for any job. There is a difficult time for Indian and Indian institution how to develop them, how to make them responsible, how to make them uh, the facilitator to the many of the universities and institution. So it is right time so we have to implement the NAP 2020 through which we can, I think, promote number of institutions and promote number of pupil or the professors like you, sir. But the problem is sometimes we fail to provide the opportunities, sometimes we fail to provide the assistance to them, those who are really willing to do something in their respective areas. But uh, uh, on this occasion, would like to congratulate the Department of Life Sciences and Technology of IIMT University Meerut, and especially the Dr. Navneet Sharma and his team to organize this show. And I hope that you will produce, or the IIMT will produce the person like Professor Alok Dhawan, and who is open to all. Believe me, he is open to all, open to the academician, open to the students too. And at last but not the least, he is thorough gentleman. Because we believe in the education aims to develop the skill through which we can identify a person is a gentleman. And Professor Alok Dhawan is a thorough gentleman, and of course, friend of mine, and I hope that our association always will remain same. Because he belonged to Lucknow, that's why I would like to complete my complete the introduction of Professor Alok Dhawan with two lines. Sir, लखनऊ के रहने वाले को अगर दो लाइनें ना कही जाए उस अंदाज में जो लखनऊ अंदाज में कहा जाए तो मजा नहीं आता है. So with two lines would like to introduce in this FDP and IIMT University to sir. मुझको अगर थोड़ा और जानोगे तो भूल नहीं पाओगे. Sir, for you only. मुझको अगर थोड़ा और जानोगे तो भूल नहीं पाओगे. कसूर दूरियों और वक्त का है, तुम कहाँ मेरे बिना रह पाओगे. With these words, I introduce and I welcome on behalf of IIMT University Meerut, sir, in FDP 2020, which is organized by the School of Life Sciences and Technology. So once again, I welcome all the dignitaries and the delegates, those who are participating in this FDP. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर शर्मा. आपने तो लगभग मेरी रैगिंग कर दी, बट आई एम रियली ग्रेटफुल टू यू फॉर दिस वेरी लॉन्ग एंड डिटेल्ड इंट्रोडक्शन। सबसे पहले मैं ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर मैडम को और आप सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं कि आपने इस प्रकार का एक एफडीपी ऑर्गेनाइज किया अपनी फैकल्टी के लिए। आई थिंक इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट as they say, as long as you can identify a problem, you will be able to solve it. You can find a solution. So the fact that IIMT has found the problem and is moving ahead towards it, I think you are halfway through. So these FDPs and these kind of programs will not only help the faculty to realize their full potential, but will also help them to sort of modify their teaching skills or modify their way of communication with the students, as is desired by the National Education Policy 2020. I think there are both sides to this FDP or to the NEP 2020. One is the role of the institution per se, what the institution has to do to ensure that you have the implementation of NEP 2020. And the second is the role of the teachers or the educationists, what they have to do to ensure that the NEP 2020 is implemented in an appropriate fashion. So I think today what we'll be discussing more is how the faculty members can upskill themselves or reskill themselves towards NEP 2020. I think there are a few points that I'd like to share with you. One is of course teaching versus learning. We are used to teaching, we go and teach and we don't, and you have to pardon me if I say some harsh words, but we don't bother whether the student is learning or not. I think what NEP is now saying is that you have to ensure that the students are able to learn rather than know what they have been taught. और इसमें मैं आपको कहना चाहूँगा कि विज्ञान को आप जब तक समझेंगे नहीं तो आप आगे उसको बढ़ा नहीं पाएंगे। केवल विज्ञान आपको पढ़ा दिया जाए, पढ़ाने से विज्ञान नहीं आता, आपको समझना पड़ेगा। उसके जो अल्फाबेट्स हैं विज्ञान के वो समझने पड़ेंगे, चाहे भी जिस भी सब्जेक्ट में आप हों। और एक पूरा एक दृष्टिकोण और एक पूरी इकोसिस्टम आपको उसके चारों ओर बिल्ड करना पड़ेगा ताकि स्टूडेंट जो है वो अपना फुल पोटेंशियल रियलाइज कर पाए और टीचर्स भी अपना फुल पोटेंशियल रियलाइज कर पाए। और इसके लिए एनईपी में बहुत अच्छी बात कही गई कि आप वर्नाक्युलर लैंग्वेजेस में भी कोर्स कंटेंट बना सकते हैं, आप टीचिंग अपने वर्नाक्युलर में कर सकते हैं। आई थिंक दिस वाज वन ऑफ द पॉइंट्स दैट while the stakeholder dialogue was going on with the honorable principal scientific advisor to the government of India, I had raised this issue that most of the people get left out because they are unable to communicate properly in English language. And so therefore if they are especially applying for projects to the government of India where the medium of communication is English language to all the funding agencies, at times it becomes difficult for them because their language was not good. Maybe the idea was very good which they wanted to pursue, but the language was not appropriate, so therefore the project got rejected. And immediately our principal scientific advisor at that time, Professor Vijay Raghavan, mentioned कि बहुत अच्छी बात आपने कही है, and we'll definitely take note of this because I think this way we are able to include more and more people even from the rural sector or from people who are coming from places where English is not their first language. तो मैं समझता हूँ कि बहुत अच्छी बात अब इस एनईपी में निकल के आई है कि आप अपनी भाषा में पढ़ा सकते हैं, अपनी भाषा में आप करिकुलम डिजाइन करके उसको डिलीवर कर सकते हैं। उसके लिए मैं समझता हूँ कि टीचर्स के ऊपर थोड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बढ़ जाएगी क्योंकि आपको कोर्स के अलावा कंटेंट भी डेवलप करना पड़ेगा जिससे कि बच्चे उसको पढ़ के बाद में एग्जाम दे सकें। और मैं समझता हूँ कि हमारी जो सरकार उत्तर प्रदेश की वो इस दिशा में भी कार्यरत है। ऑलरेडी मेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूशंस के जो करिकुलम है और जो उनका पाठ्यक्रम है और जो उनकी किताबें उनको हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट किया जा रहा था ताकि बच्चे हिंदी में पढ़ सकें और उसका एग्जाम दे सकें। और इस चीज़ को हमें समझना चाहिए कि किस विधा में हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी खासतौर पर जैसे मेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं कि ज्यादातर लोग पूरी जिंदगी अपनी मरीज से हिंदी में ही बात करते हैं या अपने वर्नाक्युलर में जहां भी वो है उसी में बात करते हैं। इंग्लिश में बहुत कम लोग मरीज से बात करते हैं, लेकिन सारी पढ़ाई जो है वो आपकी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में होती है। तो मैं समझता हूँ इस प्रकार से विज्ञान, अगर हम बहुत सारे हमारे कोलीग्स हैं जिनको मैं जानता हूँ आज भी बोलते हैं कि हम सोचते हैं हिंदी में फिर उसको इंग्लिश में लिखने की कोशिश करते हैं। एंड आई थिंक दिस इज मोस्ट ऑफ अस आर लाइक दैट। व्हेन वी स्टार्ट थिंकिंग वी परहैप्स थिंक इन आवर vernacular language or our own language, and then we try to write it in the best possible format in English language. So I'm giving a lot of emphasis on language, but I think when I was establishing the institute at Ahmedabad University, that was in 2012. The one thing I always mentioned that the only reason that the Indian science could not sort of progress at the speed at which it should have progressed was the barrier of language. And why I say this is because people may understand what they want to do, but they are unable to express themselves or communicate themselves in that particular language. So I think it is a very important part and parcel of our education system, right from school to all the way up to university level. University more so because at school level, people might be coming or going to different schools which impart education in different language. But at the university, everything is common. People from Hindi medium school and English medium school, they all come to the university. So it is the job of the university to ensure that nobody is left out and it is more inclusive in that sense. The second thing I feel about the teachers, I think those days are gone when you made your notes and you came to the classroom and you taught and left. I think it is more important now that you talk about fundamentals or you talk about as I say, the arts of science. And then you should also be discussing the applications of what you're teaching. Where is that kind of work going on in the world? What is happening? So generally, my thought has been that when you go in for teaching a class, it's always best to at least share 3 or 4 good quality recent publications or reviews of that area with the students. Once you enter the class, you are you can always teach them what you want or share what you want. But it would be good if you can make some groups of students who will be discussing one of the paper that you've already shared. So I think that way the students are able to immediately catch what you have taught them and also be able to express themselves as far as the application of the content is concerned that you've taught them in the classroom. This will also provide them an opportunity to start thinking in terms of research, which again, I come to the next point, is the main crux of this NEP. So I think until as the students do research or they do some projects, it is very difficult for them to learn. Research or science is all about doing what you have learned rather than just theoretical. So I think it is very important for the teachers and for the institution, a university of the stature of IIMT, to ensure that the students are provided enough freedom to conduct some experiments which they feel could be innovative in nature. And for this, at the institutional level, you could look for maybe some funding from the Atal Innovation Tinkering Labs, etc. Or you can set up your own laboratory where the students will be permitted to go and experiment themselves in various fields of science. I think that will open their minds towards innovation, which I heard during the previous speakers say that the university is very open towards innovation and innovation-driven teaching and new pedagogies that are being taught. I think today what has happened is that everybody now has internet access, which means that if you look at the teaching, it has become even more difficult because students are able to already read what is there on the internet. So teachers are now supposed to tell them or make them understand what they have read on the internet, number one. Number two, give them ideas which are beyond what they have read on Google or on the internet. So I think that is how they will add value. So now the job of the teacher or the educator, I wouldn't say teacher anymore, the educator would be to add value to what is available on the internet, add value to the content, add value to the learning experience of the student, so that when he or she goes out, they are able to make two ends meet. They are able to not only ensure that they are innovating in the area in which they are working, but they also are able to sort of communicate better, and they're able to understand the problems better. I think this will allow not only the university to ensure good students going out, but also ensure that the students get good placements, as it is one of the mandates of the university as well, which I saw on your website. The other thing, from the point of view of the university and from point of view of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, I'd like to say it's a good idea for, because I heard the majority of the students or majority of the participants are assistant professors who are attending. It will be very good if the university level we can have either sort of intramural project with more than one assistant professor, which means at least 2-3 people from the department agree to a certain problem which is worth solving, and that problem to begin with is supported by the university, and once you get some preliminary data, you can apply with that preliminary data to the Department of Science Technology, Department of Biotechnology, and other funding agencies, depending on the kind of problem that you are addressing. It could be Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Social Justice, so on and so forth. So I think that would be really good. The other thing I feel, depending on the kind of expertise that you have at IIMT, it would be a good idea to also start looking at government approved skill development programs for not only underprivileged students, but also other students who might be willing to sort of participate. So it is again one of the duties of higher education institutions to ensure a continuous skill development of students, like what we are doing for faculty. We should also have skill development for students. And that is an area which I feel very important, because that is where the students immediately are able to get a job even after undergraduate, if they don't want to pursue higher education in terms of MSc, PhD, and so on and so forth. But if they want to go in for a job after that, they're able to get a job because they have a skill set in hand. So it could be a technical job, but at least they will have a job in hand. So I think by and large, I think the assistant professors who come to the university have already done their PhDs, and they have certain publications that they bring to the university. So I think there are a lot of skill sets that they have. And from the university perspective, it will be good to map these people and see what kind of skill sets they already have, build a program around it, and you can get it approved by the Skill Development Council of the Ministry of Education, or through the UP government as well. So there are skill development programs which are approved by the government of UP as well as by the government of India. So depending on the kind of program that you wish to pursue, I think you can get these kind of programs developed, and I think this will lead to overall economic benefit to the students. And if the sort of university permits them to do innovative research on campus, I think over a period of time you will start getting patents, etc., which you can then valorize or earn revenue from. So I think that's again a good idea, especially in the undergraduate and postgraduate programs. You can earmark a certain amount of time in which the students, along with their guides or otherwise, are allowed to do some innovation. We have very good programs of this kind even for school children in CSIR, which I had started way back in perhaps 2016 or so, which was called Jigyasa. And we brought in school students to come and work with us, with our scientists, with PhD students, to ensure that their full potential is met. The other thing I feel that in terms of the teaching, I feel that we should try to include innovative methods, such as maybe some videos pertaining to your concept that you are teaching. At times, I have seen my own self that while teaching a class, let's say on innovation or on what kind of sort of people have done with this idea, you can always look at TED Talks, which are freely available. So it could be TEDx from India or abroad, or TED Talks per se. I think that is equally important for the students to understand what kind of disruptive innovation is required at times for solving a very simple problem. So I think once these kind of thought processes start happening in the university, it will automatically, or the faculty, I would say, it will automatically change the way people look at education being imparted at IIMT. I think for the faculty, it is also important to keep writing research proposals to, let's say, in your case, you could also write research proposals to the Council of Science Technology Uttar Pradesh, which supports especially young and budding scientists. So it could be assistant professors and associate professors who can write proposals to them, and they can be supported. As I mentioned earlier, if you think 3 or 4 of you have a problem that you can solve with the kind of expertise that you have, it might be a good idea to also write a bigger project with, let's say, Department of Science Technology or Ministry of Human Resource Development. UGC also funds certain projects. So I think it'd be a good idea to look at those avenues, and that will change the ecosystem in the university from one where people come and teach and go to an ecosystem where the faculty will come and teach whatever 1 or 2, 3 classes that they have to do per day. But other than that, they are able to spend 5, 6 hours in the laboratory along with the students who are free, and not only inculcate in them a spirit of inquiry, but also try to inculcate in them how problems can be addressed. How do you, for example, coin the problem? How do you start resolving the issues? How do you plan an experiment? How do you analyze the data, and so forth? So I think the total mindset of the student changes from one that is only related to the books and notes and what they have to write in the notebook at the end of the year when they write exams and get marks, to one which is more oriented towards analytical skills, more towards aptitude, towards research. And I think that is what our Honorable Prime Minister has been saying, that if we look at our Amritkal, which is the next 25 years of this country leading up to 100 years of its independence, I think the people who are sitting in the FDP program today will be marching ahead with their students towards Amritkal. And I think the next 25 years belongs to these assistant professors who are sitting here, who will be taking this country forward, not only towards a better future, but I think a future which would be much more innovative in nature. And I always say that we have been taught sky is the limit, but my sky means SK and I, which is science, knowledge and innovation, rather than SKY, which is the normal thing. जैसा कि डॉक्टर शर्मा ने बोला था, मैं हिंदी में एक वाक्य बोलूंगा, प्रत्यक्षम किम प्रमाणम बोलते हैं। जो प्रत्यक्ष में दिखता है उसके लिए प्रमाण की जरूरत नहीं है आपको। तो साइंस में जो दिखता है उसके लिए प्रमाण की जरूरत नहीं, जो अदृश्य है उसी में, जो परोक्ष है उसी में विज्ञान। तो मैं समझता हूँ अगर स्काई इज द लिमिट हम बोलते हैं और हमको नीला आसमान दिख रहा है, तो हम समझते हैं हमारी लिमिट बहुत छोटी है। और अगर हम साइंस, नॉलेज, इनोवेशन को अपनी स्काई मानते हैं तो वो अनंत है। और इट इज अ platform which is full of excellence, and you keep on climbing that ladder of excellence, which knows no boundaries, and you don't have to say that you think outside the box. I think you can always say you just think, and that is good enough. So to my dear friends who are sitting as faculty here, I would say most humbly and most earnestly to you that if you just think, apart from the fact that you are doing a job, if you just think that what you can contribute to this country, what you can contribute to nation, that will automatically change the way you think and the way you come to this university. And of course, from the university point of view, since our Honorable Vice Chancellor is there, I would like to urge, and there's in fact a TEDx talk that I've given, that unless you support risk in science, it is very difficult for the science to prosper in this country or anywhere in the world, for example. So I would say that if there are certain faculty members who have the enthusiasm to work towards innovative approaches. It could be in any field. It could be just, societal projects that they wish to pursue. I think as the management, I think most of the management, especially from the science background, is sitting on this platform. I think it'll be really good to support these people. Once they start, I think they will get confident and they will perhaps do a better job next time. I think this is, as I said, it's a cycle of excellence. It keeps continuing. The more you do, the better you become. The better you become, the more you feel like doing it. I think this virtuous cycle keeps continuing. I think it will be very, very prudent for the management to also see how this FDP is benefiting the educators who are sitting here, and at the end of it, try to see how they can further support them. So FDP is one-sided story. Again, we are able to speak to them. They will listen to various facets of development from different experts, but end of the day, what is their learning from this is very important. And more important than that will be, which I always say, is what is it that they would have liked to hear, right? So as of now, you have asked us to speak to them, which we are. By end of the day, what is in it for them is what they would like to hear. वो क्या चाहते हैं, वो भी बहुत जरूरी होता है. मैं समझता हूँ कोई भी संस्थान तभी आगे बढ़ता है जब वो उस संस्थान में काम करने वालों की जरूरतों को समझे, उनकी ख्वाहिशों को समझे, किस तरफ जाना चाहते हैं उसको समझे, और उसमें अगर संस्थान की बेहतरी निहित है तो उसको सपोर्ट करना भी बहुत ज़रूरी है. मैं समझता हूँ कि मुझे जो टाइम दिया गया था, एलोकेट किया गया था, मैं अपनी बात को यहाँ समाप्त करना चाहूँगा. और आप सबको मैं पुनः बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ इस FDP प्रोग्राम में आने के लिए. ये दर्शाता है कि आप अपने आप को चेंज करने को तैयार हैं. ये भी दर्शाता है कि मैनेजमेंट अपने आप को चेंज करने के लिए तैयार है. एक नया इकोसिस्टम, एक नया इकोसिस्टम बनाना चाहता है यूनिवर्सिटी में, ताकि आप सब लोग प्रॉस्पर कर सकें, ताकि आप सब लोग और अच्छे से कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, ना केवल यूनिवर्सिटी को लेकिन एजुकेशन सिस्टम एज अ होल को. और जब हम सुनते हैं कि आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी टॉप 5 या टॉप 10 में है, तो मैं समझता हूँ अगले आने वाले 4 से 5 सालों में हो सकता है आप टॉप 1 पे हो, न केवल नॉर्दर्न इंडिया में बल्कि पूरी कंट्री में. मैं समझता हूँ until you have an ambition, you have a goal, you will not be able to reach that position. So I think I wish all of you the very best. And of course, it would have been a pleasure to be there in person, but nonetheless, I think the energy that one can see in the organizing committee, I think, is phenomenal. So I wish you all the very best for this faculty development program. And once again, I'd like to thank Professor Sharma for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Dhawan. And something that I could not hold myself back from saying, that India predominantly being an agricultural based country, agricultural economy, and majority of us coming from rural backgrounds, me including, and language has always been a big barrier for many of us. And I think it's high time that we start taking pride in our own languages, in our vernacular self, and just shed this barrier of language. कि अंग्रेजी को छोड़ के हिंदी भी बोल सकते हैं, तमिल भी और तेलुगु भी, and we should really start globalizing our own languages, and something that I think I'm taking back from this session. Thank you so much, sir. And with that thought, I again welcome Dr. Navneet Sharma, sir, on the mic. So please.
Thank you, Asla ma'am. थैंक यू प्रोफेसर धवन सर. आपने जितनी बातें बोली, सारी बातें हम लोगों पर अप्लाई करती हैं, और हम कोशिश करेंगे आगे उनको, कुछ बातों को हम लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं और फ्यूचर में जो इनको नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हैं उनको भी फॉलो करें. आपकी जो न्यू डेफिनेशन थी स्काई की, वो मुझे बहुत ही अच्छी लगी, और मुझे लगता है मेरे सारे कोलीग्स को भी बहुत अच्छी लगी होगी. और सारे कोलीग्स की तरफ से मैं ये इंश्योर करता हूँ कि सब लोग अब इस डायरेक्शन में सोचेंगे कि स्काई स्काई नहीं है, स्काई वो इनोवेशन है. यूनिवर्सिटी सर हमारी इस डायरेक्शन में काफ़ी पहले से काम कर रही है और अभी भी कर रही है। और लेकिन आपने जो आज मोटिवेट किया है हम सबको, हमारे फैकल्टी मेंबर्स को और जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं फ्रॉम डिफरेंट यूनिवर्सिटीज, फ्रॉम डिफरेंट कैंपसेस, जो एक इग्निशन वाली आपने जो उसमें इग्नाइट किया है, आई थिंक उससे सब लोग और ज़्यादा मोटिवेट होंगे और और ज़्यादा अच्छा करने की कोशिश करेंगे। We are really thankful to you, sir, for your blessings, for your time. I was saying that sir can join at 3:15 or 3:20 whenever the sir slot is there. But Sharma sir said, no, he's saying I will be there full time. So we are really thankful to you, sir. You have given us more than hour. I know your commitments and your busy schedule. I again thank you from all my core of my heart, from the university, from all the management side. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Vasla ma'am, what is next announcement? I think session is at 3:45, so we should take
Sure.
break for 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
15 minutes.
We are now taking a small break of 10 minutes. Everybody can freshen themselves up and buck up for our next session, a very, very great session by Professor Sushil Dubey, our opening session of the FDP as well. So we are taking a small break for 10 minutes, and after that at 3:40, 3:45-ish, we are going to begin with our first session of this FDP.
And
Thank
this
you
session,
everyone.
and this session would be a very informative session. As
Sure.
we people were discussing that there are various facets of new education policy. So on this new education policy, being ourselves healthy, healthy mind, healthy soul, healthy attitude. If we are having these three attitudes, then we can become a good educators. So next session would be on this aspect, holistic approach towards NEP 2020. So I think we all must take 10 minutes break and then join again.
Sir,
Aslam ma'am.
definitely, sir.
And I would like to announce one more thing, participants, since the inaugural session is over, we will have this FDP as an interactive FDP, not as a classroom FDP. So in the interactive FDP, before the sessions or either in the once in a day, we would have a interaction session with all the organizing committee members plus resource person as well as the participants. So it will make the FDP more live and more interactive. So I think you all would agree with me. Is it so? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.